Welcome back, everybody! So today we're making no-knead baguettes, which are very easy to make. The first thing you'll need is 500 grams of white bread flour. Then you'll need 1 packet of dried instant yeast and 1 teaspoon of salt. Then mix your dry ingredients together and add 380 ml of lukewarm water. So baguette dough has more water than a typical bread dough, and that's really important. The added water makes for a more elastic and lighter dough with more air bubbles. And the great thing is about this dough, you don't have to knead at all or use your hands, you can just mix the dough with a fork. And here I'm just testing the consistency of the dough with my fingers and seeing if it's too moist or moist enough. When your dough comes together, put a towel over the bowl and then it's ready to rise. This will take about 4 hours, which is very long, but at least it's no effort. After 4 hours, you can lift up your towel and you'll see that your dough has at least doubled in size. This long fermentation is really important to develop the dough, especially because you're not kneading it, and it creates an elastic and light and very tasty bread dough. Then put your dough on a work surface and divide it into 2. Then shape your baguettes. Try not to use too much flour, just dust your hands with as much flour as you need and put enough flour on the work surface so the dough doesn't stick too much. When shaping the baguettes, try to keep the dough as tight as possible. You want a nice tight baguette shape. But don't worry if the shape of your baguettes isn't perfect. Mine aren't, and they still turn out really good. Then put your baguettes on the floured baking sheet. Now I'm putting a container with water into the oven to create steam, which mimics a professional bread oven. Place the container with water into the oven while you preheat it to 240 degrees Celsius. When your baguettes have rested for half an hour, you can score or slice the baguettes. This is to prevent the bread splitting in unexpected places during the baking process. It also makes the bread look really nice and gives a nice crunch to the finished product. I also spray my baguettes with water just before I bake them to give an extra crunchy crust. So you want to bake your baguettes at 240 degrees Celsius for about 25 to 30 minutes. And after that you just take your baguettes out and let them cool off on a cooling rack. Now don't these look great? They smell fantastic and I'm sure they'll taste amazing. I really hope you enjoyed my video. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. And I will see you next time. But for now, enjoy the sound of these amazing baguettes.